Yes, thank you for this opportunity. My name is Diego, and I work for an Italian NGO called CESVI. I'm based in Nairobi, and I'm the program coordinator for a project funded by the European Union on juvenile justice reforms within the country. So my main message to this event is number one is that I really appreciate this opportunity of meeting so many different people and experiences. I've been really enriched by whatever I have heard and shared. However, there is a point I want to make on the fact that it appears that this convention is kind of tailor-made for states more than civil society organizations. And because I see there is a lot of space given to states and a kind of politically correct position, and there is not much possibility, to make points on our side, because I do believe civil society has a great stake in juvenile justice, especially in terms of policy making, implementation, and even monitoring, external monitoring. Policy making because actually we can do a lot in lobbying states and governments in reviewing their legal framework and putting up guidelines and strategic approaches which might be fit, which you don't like. Then implementation, because for sure civil society like NGOs have a great opportunity to provide services and pilot even new strategic approaches, and then monitoring, because for sure we are also watchdogs in a way, and we can identify where children's rights are infringed. And I think there is a great hope for that. Currently, I'm working in this program. We started in 2005. So with the government of Kenya, we had 8 years long collaboration, and I think it has been very fruitful. We started a very small program in one remand home, and now we expanded countrywide. We were in 28 government institutions, which help children, remand homes, rehabilitation school, reception center, care centers, and we are trying to support the government now in implementing reforms. And at all levels, from policy making, as I was saying, to direct implementation through a lot of training to the government staff, and then monitoring. Actually, we are trying to establish, for example, a monitoring system run by children, led by children, on violence against themselves within the institutions. And that is part of the research we have done in collaboration with the government. So what I'm saying, there is this great thematic area. How can states and civil society match their efforts and try to support reforms and improvement of the system? That's all for this point. Then I wish we had more time to share, even at regional level. It is unfortunate that actually the regional meetings are at the very end of the conference. It would have been much better to have them at the beginning. And I wish also, for the sake of sharing the richness which is there, that some kind of marketplace would have been established, where people now can share their resources, their material, their experiences in an informal way, can shop from one another and learn from one another. Anyway, thanks for the opportunity. And the first step has been a survey, a baseline survey. We interviewed 636 children who are held in this institution, asking them, how was your condition in police station? How did you feel when you went to court? How were you treated here and there? Police cells, where you sleeping in a mattress, without a mattress, on the floor, were given food, not given food, they are legally represented by a lawyer, not, yes, where your family aware you are there. All these kind of questions, and how you feel now, you are in a remand home. How are you treated? Are you beaten? Physically beaten, sexually abused, whatever. And the great point is that the government accepted this, for us to enter into the institution to interview the children. And now we are just analyzing the data, and these are the children's voices. Now, out of this, we are going to draw some indicators to be kind of standards, minimum standards to be applied. So we are going to discuss with the government, in this case is the Department of Children's Services of Kenya, on how these standards may be applied, and having both from top and from the bottom, some monitoring to be done. From top means by the department itself through the inspections, and from the bottom by the children themselves. Because actually some of the instances of violence don't happen just because of the staff, but because of the children themselves. So how can they support their own protection and monitor what is going on? So peer education is one component, and children assemblies is the other component. So where children now have the chance to gather together and share their views and identify problems.